Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for a playoff match. This one for ninth place. One of these two sides, Kenya or Samoa, will get themselves just that little bit of an extra boost on the World Series table. But looking through, first of all, at this Kenyan starting lineup, they will be as follows. It will be William Baka, Alvin Otieno, Herman Hamwa, Nelson Oyo, Edmund Anya, Anthony Omundi, and Ronaldo on Monday as well. So far throughout this competition for the Kenyans, you'd say Mbaka has been one of their key players. It's always good to watch. And the thing with Kenya and Samoa, they've already played. They played throughout the group stage. And in that game, there was a close first half, but then Samoa were able to run away with it in the second, which was probably debatably their best half of rugby that we have seen from Samoa throughout this Hamilton Sevens. So if Kenya can keep it close at the start, get themselves those few tries along the way, perhaps this game could be a relatively close one. Looking through at the Samoan starting lineup, it will be Valvasa Afasua. He has had a very good Sevens competition so far. Va'a, Apilo Maliko, Motu Opitai, Tuna Tuitama, Nueli Litufia, and also Paul Scanlon alongside Fa'afoi Falaniko. So a strong Samoan side. Interesting that Malani Matava was named in the squad, that he has not actually played any minutes throughout this Hamilton Sevens. So perhaps in the Sydney competition next week, we may get to see him in action a little bit more. Either that or he is just back training, trying to slowly recover from that injury. But Samoa, key players, definitely those two co-captains, Valvasa Afasua and Va'a Apilo Maliko. Also watch out for the size of Tuna Tuitama. He certainly has got plenty of it. Looking through at the previous results between these two sides, of the last 5 meetings, 4 have gone the way of Samoa. The last time that Kenya were able to beat Samoa was actually in 2019. So it's been almost 4 years since the Kenyans have had their hands raised. Samoa King has said, Samoa, yes, Samoa, let's go in there as well. And they will certainly be hoping to get themselves at 9th place. Of course, they would have been aiming for a lot higher in the scheme of things, but Sydney just around the corner. They found themselves in a tough pool, these two, Kenya and Samoa, alongside France and Fiji when it came to the group stage. But now both sides running out onto the field, ready to go for their final 14 minutes that they will be playing in New Zealand, perhaps in their whole career. At the end of the day, New Zealand Sevens leg, it's getting taken away. I'm not sure who the replacement is, but I would love to see it go as some sort of split between Fiji and Samoa. I feel like that would be a nice mix, one each year in each location. And Sevens for Life says Samoa King, and also Chahu Samoa says Samoa King there. Samoa just losing those 2 games of the group stage, which did cost them their spot in the quarterfinals. They lost to France, then they did proceed to lose to Fiji, who currently have about a 17 match winning streak. I believe it's one of those 2 over the Samoans. So it's been a little while since Samoa have beaten Fiji, but we know that Samoa have recently beaten Kenya. So they'll be looking to do that again. It will be Kenya kicking off this one. Interesting to see when the sides decide to use their benches. The rain has stopped falling at the ground. It's still a little bit slippery out there, but does look like very nice weather for a final session of the Sevens on day 2. But it's kicked off long by Anthony on Monday, goes down to the 22 and nicely taken by Motu Opitai. It off to Va'a Pilomeliko. Samoa going to be looking to use this attacking play early, just like they have in past games, but it's going to be stolen. Anthony on Monday actually able to steal that one clean, and there's an injury here for Samoa. It's not Va'a Pilomeliko. I know that much. He's next to the breakdown, but someone is down in a ball for the Samoans. I believe it's Valvasa Afasua. So that is not good news. Breaking through. Worst news is Otieno has just gotten down the wing and scored the try, slams it down in aggression. And Otieno, that is Alvin Otieno, has scored the first try of the match for the Kenyans. Quite a statement try to start. Tuna Tuitama, he just ended up going too high rather than going around the bootlaces. Tried to tackle him around the chest, and that is a huge chest of the Kenyan number 32. That man in the crowd, I'm sure we saw him yesterday. He's back again. He is absolutely loving it. But Valvasa Afasua, I don't think he's going to be continuing this match. I think he ended up with some sort of leg injury. Score will be 5-0 though for Kenya over the Samoans. So a good start to this matchup. Yeah, I'm curious to know what the extent is of that injury. if he's going to be able to continue. I'm looking around. He might still be out there. Don't know whether it was an awkward fall or the way that he stepped or something, but he did stay down for a little bit of time. Tried to run it off. Let's see if he'll be able to continue. I believe that's him at the back. So, yep, he is going to be continuing playing for a bit longer. But Motu Opitai takes it nicely. Once again, ball just given away by the Samoans, although it's lucky because Kenya, they did accidentally slap that ball down. And it's called deliberate, so it's a yellow card for Kenya. So, yes, they had a great start, and they are sitting 5-0 currently, even though the scoreboard says 0-0. They still can't afford to be going and giving away yellow card offences, as that could cost them big time. But 5 minutes left of this first half in this contest. We've got 2 finals later on tonight that we will be covering on the Kiwi Lads channel. So if you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's hugely appreciated you all being here for these live streams. Also, if you don't want to help support us, we've got a second channel that you guys go check out as well. Our goal was 315 subscribers by the end of the day. We're currently only 2 subscribers away on there, so be sure to help us out. Now, nice run down the wing. Tuna Tuitama moves up to halfway. Samoa still in possession with the man advantage for the next 80 seconds of this contest. Now, Valvas Afasua testing out that ankle. He's going to be all right. Almost running into each other there. The Samoans and Kenya very unlucky not to get that ball in the breakdown. Nice cutout pass. A lot of pressure there on Falaniko. Ball slapped back. It's going to be knock on, but it's not going to be a yellow card this time, as they called it as part of the tackle. Letufia goes to Opitai. Afasua on the outside now to the other co-captain. Va'a Apilo Maliko. He is too quick down that touchline. Has cut back in and will score the try for the Samoans. Even if the scoreboard doesn't. There we go. The scoreboard's realised Kenya scored. Hasn't realised that the Samoans have been able to fire back yet, though. But Omondi still going to be off the field for another 40 seconds here. So if you're Samoa, you're taking this kick as quickly as you can. Still making sure it goes over, of course. But just sent William Baka flying. And Apilo Maliko just uses his strength down the wing. Perfect response to Kenya scoring early is to get yourself one straight away afterwards. That kick has gone straight over, so the score will be 7 points to Samoa, 5 to the Kenyans. Still another 5 seconds left with Omondi off the field for the Kenyans. Samoa goes short. Looking to just get at the 10. It's traveled 9.5 meters, so hasn't quite got there. And Kenya will now have the quick tap on the halfway line. And I believe that will bring them back to 7. Yes, it will. Right, they've called the scrum on the halfway line. Both of these sides, you'd have to say, for Kenya to be playing off a 9th is actually pretty well done. They have been struggling a little bit recently. They're currently in the relegation zone, so they do want to make sure that they boost themselves up, or at least the playoff relegation zone, I should say, alongside Canada and also Spain. Awade puts the ball in after coming back from being in the sin bin. Oyo cuts up the middle. Good low tackle made by Letufia. Slid down the body around the calves. Now, the try scorer from a little bit earlier on, Otieno, sorry. Falaniko makes the tackle. Does have to release. I don't think there was a clear release there, but there was a knock on from Kenya. So the scrum feet will now be going the way of Samoa. William Baka not happy about it. I don't know whether he's complaining to the ref saying it wasn't a knock on or he's complaining to his teammate. Okay. AJ Jacobs just giving one of the Kenyan players a warning saying, be careful what you say. Yep, that's a knock on. Clear as day. Although it might look a little bit different maybe through the goggles that William Baka has got on his head. Now, will be Noele Letufia to put the ball in for the Samoans. Still 90 seconds left in the first half. Plenty of time for both sides to get a couple more opportunities. Wide pass from Scanlon. Finds Motu Opitai on the top side. In fact, it's Tua Tuitama. And he starts to pin the ears back. Beautiful step there. Ball on the inside. Off to Falaniko. He's going to be backing himself, trying to turn the defense inside out. 5 meters out. Tries to offload it. That is another deliberate knockdown, is it, from Kenya? Okay, it's just called as a knock on. That could have almost been another yellow card. Now it's going to be a Samoan scrum. Only 5 meters out from the line now, but Tuitama turning the defense inside out. Brilliant work from Nelson Oyo to keep his eye on the defender or the attacker for long enough for his teammates to then come in and help support him in the tackle. Samoa looking strong when they've got the line break. And they'll be looking to add into their game in Sydney, which is not too far away next Fridays when that competition's starting. Alongside that, they've got Saturday and Sunday. It's a 3-day comp, which is absolutely awesome to see. Now Scanlon goes across. Nice step from Va'a. Apilo Maleko goes round the outside, made it look easy. Va'a Apilo Maleko, but he will score the second try of the match for the Manu Samoa Sevens. And that is his 5th try of his Hamilton Sevens campaign. The commentators are a little bit in shock as well at how easily he's been able to step. Just goes round the outside of Nelson Oyo, accelerates, and just goes. No one was going to be able to catch him at that rate. And Va'a Apilo Maleko in for a try again. This is going to be a very tough kick for the Samoans near the touchline. Wouldn't be surprised if this one is missed. And it has been unsuccessfully converted. Or has it? Yeah, just short, unfortunately. The accuracy was there, but it doesn't quite carry to the post. But that is going to be halftime now. 12 points to 5. Samoa in the lead and looking good. But Kenya having their moments throughout that first half as well. Second half definitely going to be one that if a team plays better than their opposition, they're going to win this, even if it's Kenya. They're down by 7 at the moment. Early try. All of a sudden, they're back in it. But Samoa, with Va'a Apilo Maleko already managing to get himself 2 tries. Very impressive from their man at Talofa also. Says Tafatola, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing brilliantly. Hope you're excited for the Sevens coming up later on tonight. 2 finals, New Zealand versus USA in the women's and New Zealand versus Argentina in the men's. And then next week, we've got it all happening again, and it's going to be in Sydney that we do get to see it take place. But later on tonight, we'll actually know which teams are in which pools, depending on the results and the way that they do end up going. So I'm curious because Samoa, they were in a tough pool. Same with Kenya, both having Fiji and France as the other 2 sides, which meant that a very good side was going to be missing out on the quarterfinals. And in this case, it was the Samoans. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out our second channel, the Kiwi Lads Entertainment. You'll see random little vlogs on there, gaming videos, everything along those lines with me and a few of the other Kiwi lads. I will mention one of the other Kiwi lads. He edits those videos. It's a lot less PG, so parental guidance recommended for young viewers, I think is the best way of describing that channel. But be sure to check it out. Our goal by the end of today was 315 subscribers. We're 2 subscribers away from that, so be sure to hit subscribe over there. Osangi is Osangi. Hopefully I said that correctly. It says Fa'amalosi Uso. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're excited for the second half. Samoa looking good. They just need to make sure they put it together for the last 7 minutes of this game, and they will be finishing in 9th place. Falaniko bouncing the ball here. And he does kick it high into the sky, waiting for it to come down. No one able to take it cleanly, and William Bucker smart enough to wait for the bounce of the ball, and now it is back on the side of the Kenyans. They're only sitting 30 metres out from their line, firing the wide pass. I believe that was Okoth who's made his way out onto the field. And Anya trying to get down the wing. Good work from Apilo Maleko. Wins the penalty and now takes the quick tap. Charging 4. Can he get his hat trick? Instead, looking to pass it off to the left-hand side. Scanlon's there. Gives it wide to Valvasa Afasua. Up to the 22 now. Runs straight at William Bucker. That is a lot of power going head-to-head. It's called as a tackle. In fact, now he calls it as a maul, the referee. Okay, changing his mind halfway through. First of all, said tackle. Second of all, said maul. And because of it, it means that Kenya actually end up with the scrum feed. That was brilliant work from William Bucker. Able to pick the perfect time to go after him. Looking at the Sevens standing, Samoa sitting in first equal. They will not be sitting there at the end of today. More than likely, New Zealand will be able to promote themselves up with Argentina sitting in 8th. So, yeah, I don't think they'll go too much higher than about 2nd or 3rd, I believe, for Argentina. But New Zealand do have a chance of going first, depending on how the results go. Now, nice run forward. Got the knee down as well, so they do have to release Herman Hamwa. Kenya now going short side. 5.5 minutes left at the moment in this one. Between the 2 sides, Tanga goes across now again. Herman Hamwa tries to pierce his way through. Good hands from William Bucker. Just able to keep the ball in the fingertips. Hamwa again. Goes off to the right-hand side. Tanga almost gets it through. Finds the offload to Nelson Oyo. This is great play at the moment from the Kenyans. Herman Hamwa drives the leg. Another offload from Kenya. Still just keeping it alive for as long as physically possible. They move up to 25 meters out now. Like they've said, they've managed to get 50 meters in 2 phases just from repeated offloads. There's going to be an offload or an offside advantage, in fact. Now another offload from Mbaka. Might have been close to a knock-on the ground from Otieno, the try scorer for the Kenyans. Wrestled down by Tuna Tuitama. Penalty goes the way of Kenya for offside. Taking the quick tap again. And yeah, that's a knock-on that time. Unfortunately, Mbaka got it wrong. And him and Volvasa Fasua end up headbutting each other. And it seems like one of the Kenyan players is getting a big warning here. Okay, Otieno has been warned. AJ Jacobs just said to him, if you say that again, you're going off the field. So I don't know what he said, but it must not have been very friendly. It obviously wasn't, ref, you're doing a great job. Something probably the complete opposite to that. But Otieno, he's been taken off the field by his own team. They've decided, no, he's an explosive stick of dynamite waiting to explode, and we cannot afford to leave him out there. And also, you should get the commentary job at HSBC. Pronunciation of Samoa's name or Samoan names is on point, dude. Says Tafatolo. Certainly had to practice them a lot. And I think now the crazy thing is I started off a year and a bit ago not knowing any of the Samoan players. And now, like, anytime I see a number, I can straight away put that number to a name, which is something that with some of the other sides, like Kenya, I only know a few of the players' numbers compared to their names. That's a nice run from Nuulivaya down the wing. Fires it back inside. Falaniko takes it. Another offload back to Nuulivaya. Tries to offload it back up, maybe to Falaniko, but instead gets it a bit wider in the midfield now. Here comes Owen Nui, recently getting on the field. Another offload. Great hands from Motu Opitai. And that will be another try for the Samoans. The third of the match. Brilliantly done. Just keeping the ball alive. Both of these sides, no one willing to let that ball go to ground for more than like a second. And then they're back on it, trying to find the next gap in the opposition defense. It all started with some great work from, was the number 6, Nuulivaya, recently coming on the field, linking up with Falaniko. And both of them just kept on finding those offloads. Have a good job, dude. There's Tafatola. I do appreciate that a lot, mate. And we have got plenty more coming in the near future for the Sevens. We've got Sydney next week. Going to be an awesome competition when it does end up taking place. Samoa with Motu Opitai will go in for another try here. And that will now make the score 19 points to 5 in favour of the Samoans with only 3 minutes left on the clock. Now, you'd like to think it would be relatively close to a confirmed victory for the Samoans, but you certainly can't count out Kenya. If they score quickly now, they only need another converted try and they'll be right back on the tail with the Samoans. It's going to be Afoya Falaniko and Siki Uso. Another try, please, says Asangi. Oh, here's a game. Out of everyone out there on the field at the moment for the Samoans, who's going to score the next try? Nsangi. I'm going to say it will be, I'm going to go Owen Nui. He looked good in that last build-up. I think if he gets a little bit more time with the ball and a bit of space, might be able to make quite the impact. Mbaka now, forced backwards. Nice work from Nuulivaya. Keeping it alive. Mundi. Now back across. A lot of pressure being put on Kenya here. Not too far out from their own line. Great work. Oh, that's unlucky. They've said no clear release as the penalty against the Samoans there. 2 minutes left on the clock. Samoa sitting 19 points to 5 at the moment ahead of the Kenyans, and it looks like they will be kicking this one the far side touchline. I have to say, not as many people in attendance as I would have liked to see for finals rugby, but at the end of the day, they were charging a huge amount to go to the matches. So you can probably understand why they weren't able to sell it out. Now, Kenya will have themselves the line out here. Like I mentioned, 2 converted tries gets Kenya back to an even playing field, 19 to 19. But first, they do need to score 2 converted tries, which is extremely tough to do up against the Samoans. Oh, It was an awkward landing for Owen Nui in the lineout, but he's managed to recover not too badly. Nice inside ball. Moving off now to the big man, number 22, John Okoth. Omondi, rush defense from Motu Opitai. Still manages to find the offload to Mbaka. He's got Omondi on his inside, decides to take on Nuuliwai's challenge. Now short side. And you haven't given up here, which is something that people love watching when it comes to their sevens, is they just will not stop fighting for the full 14 minutes. If they have to go 20 minutes, they'll keep on going. Now, Okoth goes through, almost able to find that offload. He gets it, but it's dropped, unfortunately, for Brian Tanga, unable to hang on to that one. How much is the ticket to see the games? Uso says Tafatolo at the ground. They were charging $100 a seat. And that's for one day. So if you want to go to both days by yourself, depending on where you're sitting, it's pretty much $200, which is massive money when you consider like a family of 4, for instance, right? You're looking at probably 2 adult tickets, 2 kids tickets. You're probably paying like $250 a day or $300 a day to watch the Sevens. And wow, says Tafatola, yeah, it's no wonder they didn't sell it out. They weren't very smart with it. I think they should have made it a lot cheaper. Have the final session as like $10 for an entry or something like that. So you get to see the finals. You might get to see New Zealand raise gold for the men and the women's, but you'll still be ticking over that little bit of extra money. At the end of the day, when you're at the ground as well, if you're there all day, you're going to get a drink or something. So that will be money in the pocket of the stadium. I feel like $50 would have been plenty. Quick hands from Samoa. Now out wide. Here comes, is that Owen Nui? Is that Owen Nui? It is Owen Nui. And he's going to run in the try. Predicted it perfectly. He will get the last try of the match striding in for the Samoans. And that is a beautiful way to finish the competition for the Samoans. They will finish 9th, which I know isn't what they would have been after. They will certainly be back stronger for the next leg in Sydney. But brilliant try from Owen Nui to score the final try of the match. I mentioned it. I said he just needs some space and he should be able to run it in. And he's just done that absolutely perfectly. And also, you were right about Owen Nui, says Tafatola. Tell you what, I'm not often right, so I'll claim that one massively. And Seki Uso says Sangi there. But Owen Nui scores the try for the Samoans, just slams that ball down. Kick's gone over from Paul Scanlon, and that will be the end of the match. The Samoans able to win it 26 points to 5. So they finished 9th. Kenya finished 10th, which is actually a pretty good result for the Kenyans, to be honest, because they're ranked 14th. That might push them up to about 13th or 12th, which almost gets them out of the relegation zone. So that is exactly what they'll be looking to do when they head into Sydney in the future. What are you having for dinner tonight? I'm having a chickadee hot dog. I've never heard of a chickadee hot dog, to be honest, but I'm sure it's all right. I'm not actually sure what I'm having for tea. I'm having some shoestring fries in a second. I've got the air fryer going, so that'll be my snack, but then I have to work out something else to have for tea as well. And thanks, Kiwi lads, for the update. Seki Uso, a Malalova, or Malo Lava, or Lova. It's lava, isn't it? Malo Lava. Hopefully I've said that correctly, but appreciate you being here, mate. Brian Lima, big smile on his face. Was nicknamed the chiropractor. He would have been impressed with some of those big hits coming in for his Samoan boys in this matchup against the Kenyans. But Kenya brought it as well, which was absolutely great to see. Thanks for the commentary also. Says Tafatola, no worries at all. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be back for the men's final and the women's final. Be sure to also check out our second channel. I've just put the link in the chat. Our goal was 315 subscribers by the end of the day. If you do want to help us out, we're only too short. Be sure to check out that link in the pinned comment and also in the chat that I've just put. We've got a whole heap of random Kiwi Lads videos over on there. Be sure to give them a look. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all back in about, I believe it's 2.5 hours when we will get to see the women's gold medal final. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I'll see you all for the next one.